Hey guys, JSPOT here. This guy right here. This is not what I'm here for. This is here because I'm ready to play the Guilty Gear Strive beta on PS5, and it's not ready for me. So I started going through, started looking at some stuff. Noticed that I made a big mistake in one of my videos. I said in the last video, or one of the last videos here, that Riho was the first AEW female wrestler action figure, first female figure, and that is completely wrong, absolutely wrong. And lo and behold, I'm uploading the video and I see it as one of my possible thumbnails, and I'm like, oh yeah, Riho. Yeah, so excited for that figure. That's the first one of many female wrestlers to come. I even went on and on in the video. Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida. Let's go, bring them on. And how could I forget Brandy Rhodes, wife of one of the VPs of AEW, Cody Rhodes. Very important man, very important woman, as she is kind of carrying things forward. Well, originally carrying things forward for the women's division. So let's talk about her figure. And well, heck, let's just go all the way. Let's go ahead and call this the Nightmare Family review, right? So let's start with her here. She's got a little purple in her hair, as she was wearing, I think, right at Double or Nothing, right around in there. Really good looking figure. Has some gold highlights, all very snake theme. You can see it's a snake skin kind of layout here. She has these snakes crawling down her arm. Snake as her top shoulder strap there. Snake going around this arm, under this arm, up over the shoulder. I honestly don't remember if this snake theme was one of the themes that she carried through with, but I do remember her wearing these here thigh-high boots, which, these figures have really captured pretty well. She has a high hip, or I guess not really a hip, a high thigh rotator there, and then this part is just molded, right? The boots are completely molded, all that kind of pleathery, leathery texture. Then she has a very stiff, kind of strong foot. Man, that is a vertical lift on that foot. Which is not a problem for Brandy. Brandy being a figure skater beforehand. Notice her painted fingernails. She's done up. She's ready to show. Yeah, I can't believe I forgot her. Brandy's equipped with a hip twist. She's got an abdomen flex. Move her head around, no problem, even though the hair's there. The hair's a bit soft, which is nice. So you can put it in different positions. You probably force it to lay different ways. Let's push it back behind. Can you? That's kind of cool. Maybe? No, not so much. A little too stiff for that. Either way, she herself did not come with any accessories. It was just her in the box, which is perfectly fine for me. I mean, you don't need accessories. The wrestlers are interesting themselves. If you got good characters out there, if you got something that matters, right? Brandy really matters. She's really not much of a character. She's just kind of herself out there, represents herself on the show, I should say, on the Dynamite television show and on their pay-per-views. But currently, you won't be seeing her around. She's currently pregnant with their first child, which, congrats to them. Really touching little segment they did to kind of announce that. She can make big C's here. Cody, go Cody Rhodes. You make a little heart. Yeah, make a little heart here. Either way, enough of me just kind of checking her out. I think that's cool. It's very realistic. Yeah, good figure. Good representation of both Brandy and just, a female wrestling figure. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. Like I said, let's go ahead and do some of the Nightmare Family here. Next up, we got none other than Cody. And this is the first Cody Rhodes figure. You'll notice it's from the very first series. It's even from the series where the skin tones were very washed out, and I know they're doing a re-release, or they've mentioned doing a re-release of that, and I don't know if that means they're doing a re-release of Series 1, or if they're doing just more Codys, which I know there's more Codys. There's multiple more Codys coming. TNT Champ Cody or Cody, and then there's going to be Suit Cody, and yeah, he's kind of an important guy. Either way, you saw the belt just kind of came off there. The strap says Attitude Killer. Oh boy, yeah, Cody. I think Cody's pretty awesome as a wrestler. Either way, let's not get into that. So he's got his gold and blue on, just like we saw with that Series 3 Young Bucks. He's got his boots. I mean, those are totally his boots with the straps on the inside. Fantastic. They rotate at the boot. You got your regular old foot ankle flexor there. Does have thigh rotation. And if you notice, he's got snakeskin patterns all over. And then, just like hers, so they match, which is awesome. They're a pair. I love that. Saying this out loud, the snakeskin. I wonder if they were originally thinking about doing something with Jake the Snake. I know they're close with DDP. DDP helped Jake quite a bit, so I wonder if they were planning on taking Jake the Snake to be Cody's kind of mentor instead of Arn Anderson, as they've done, right? Which, whatever. I don't really understand the Arn Anderson thing, but I am a fan of classic Arn Anderson. Arn Anderson, WCW. Arn Anderson, way before then. Man, that guy could spine buster guys. He's not a small guy. So him teaching Cody, lending a voice to kind of be that guy to say, hey, this is why Cody has an edge. That's cool. That's cool. Jake the Snake, I don't think would have worked quite as well. A little more heel tactics with Jake. Just don't trust a guy that calls himself the Snake, right? But yeah. Notice no neck tattoo. Man, I'm looking forward to that first figure that has the neck tattoo. Cody did come with some accessories. As you see his belt there. I actually have my accessories off here to the side right now. He came with this here sledgehammer. And what's important about this, right? At the first Double or Nothing, Cody came out from his special entrance, coming from the back, behind the stage itself. And there was a throne there, and he used the sledgehammer, and he smashed the throne. What's the big meaning behind that, right? Is aimed directly at Triple H, especially with Attitude Killer, right? WWF Attitude was like the thing at one point. I don't really appreciate these specific things, these references. The calling out the Triple H thing, the decade of decimation, as we know, who needs it? I'm not saying to completely ignore it. Let's take jabs at it. Let's make fun of it. I think that's hilarious, But do we need to incorporate a jab at Triple H in your entrance? Nah, man. I think you're overcompensating. The same way that Trips is overcompensating with that sledgehammer. I don't think it's necessary. It's the only complaint I have about Cody Rhodes. I think Cody Rhodes is fantastic. I've liked him ever since I saw him in WWE. Dude has just blown me away. Quite the worker. And I have to say, and I don't mean this in any kind of negative way, but the main reason why Cody blew me away so much and I like him so much is specifically because of his older brother, Dustin. This is a wrestler that I think I missed the boat on, right? I didn't understand what was so great about Goldust. So, I kind of just missed out. Goldust, looking back now, right, with my smart eyes, Goldust is hilarious. Goldust is a hell of a worker. Goldust can show. That guy is good. But I never got him. Just too late for me. But, oh well. Goldust and Booker T made me laugh. I still didn't get it. I was just kind of like, quit wasting Booker T. You know, I blame Goldust, and that was wrong, dude. Goldust is great. He just wasn't being used right. Whatever. Um, but looking back to his figure, he's quite a bit taller than Cody. Oh, yeah, you guys can't see that. He's quite a bit taller. Um, he's just heftier in general. And I mean, that's true to life. He is bigger than Cody. Wearing his big bodysuit, the Natural. This is what he wore at Double or Nothing when he fought against Cody himself. Um, Pretty cool figure. His tattoos are just remarkable. You can see in here it says Dakota here. Oh man, I don't know if I can get it to focus good enough. Need to figure out. I still need to figure out the autofocus. I haven't taken the time to do that. I'm sorry. It's my fault. He's got like different wings and skulls and just different stuff. I think it says Perseverance, but it's covered up by his wrapping, which is awesome. We got his little movie studio camera, the Natural, written on the back. He's got his Brahma Bull, or that Texas Longhorn on his boot, really representing all the different, or the two different characters that he's kind of come through with. All his print here is very snakeskin-esque, so he still matches up with his brother. Even though the match that this outfit and kind of the importance of this character was leading up to was going to be his last and final match, boy, were we way off. He has continued quite a bit. It's kind of a mid-card name in AEW. I guess for a second there he was billed pretty high. Him versus Jake Hager. He's got slightly bigger hands than a lot of the other wrestlers that we've seen. This one is kind of thick, as kind of showing off that glove. I like that. You know, I think maybe this one was supposed to be painted the same way and just wasn't. I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't remember. But yeah, what a get up, huh? What a regular old get up. Another thing, Dustin Rhodes, AEW is wonderful. I love AEW. One thing that AEW has kind of ruined for me is the suicide dive, diving out of the ring. Boy, they do it too dang much, and it is super annoying. Dustin, one thing he's ruined for me specifically is the Canadian Destroyer. AEW does too many destroyers. Dustin Rhodes does too many destroyers. He does it as a regular move, man. And I know that's just the progression of things, right? Everybody does a DDT nowadays, but as I mentioned before, Jake the Snake, that was his finisher. Jake the Snake hits a DDT, you're done. You're dead. You know, get the doctors. The Destroyer, Canadian Destroyer, what an insane front flip pile driver, right? But yeah, now just kind of whatever. You know, one of my favorite spots, I'm complaining about it. One of my favorite spots from that Double or Nothing was we had a dual Canadian Destroyer with Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros. And Pentagon and Ray Phoenix got to hit kind of stereo Canadian Destroyers out of the ring. And it was just amazing, man. Just, whew, amazing. All right, almost done here. Little extra figures here. You're just saying, what else is there? Well, there's special editions from that evening, bloodied, right? You got a pre-match, you got during the match. Dustin's face paint is all ripped off, blood all down his arms, blood all over. Kind of trying to leave him in these positions because I had him going for a big old head punch here, right? Had him set up in the ring. See it more like that. Right, great face on Cody, man. The bloody hand right over the Dream tattoo. You know, Dream being his father, the American Dream. He's the American Nightmare. What a great play. What a great character usage. He's busted open on the back of his head. He's busted open at the front of his face. He's got bloody hands from grabbing his brother, who's gigged all over the front side of his forehead, and it's all in his smile lines. What a fantastic just set here. And the paint is slightly different on the black, and it's just a little better in my opinion. And a little more rubbery looking, which is very much, you know, like Dustin. Oh my gosh, I just noticed. Look here, right. Look at these. Nope. Solid red. Little differences there. Maybe I Maybe I swapped those two. Yeah, yeah, we're doing that right here. And this is going back into my display. All right, this is actually what I have set up in the life size ring, or the not life size, the proper ratio ring is this match. They're front and center or dead center in my ring, and just that whack wham. You just gosh go for that big old head punch. Lean on in there, Dustin. Yeah, boom. How good is that? How fantastic. So you see this discoloring on Cody's hand. Notice on the clean figure, he's got white. So this is just soaked with blood. How awesome. How just literally just awesome. This was called the Blood and Guts 2-pack. Man, look at the blood all over his boots and his legs. Insane, all over his back. They went hard. To use a phrase, they went ham. They went real hard. But yeah, great match. You know, that was a standout match. The Double or Nothing was huge because it was the first show that was labeled as AEW, and I was there. I went with my buddy, a man named Thor. We went together, and it was a great trip. Did a lot of firsts. Actually, the only first I ever did was I gambled. I've never really gambled before. While I was there, I played roulette. I'm not really into gambling. That's just not my thing. Either way, the other first was the AEW show, right? And these two they started off kind of like the main event swings. We had these two, Cody versus Dustin, brothers wage war, whatever, blood brothers. And it was a bloody match. Oh, excuse me, I'm burping over here. And then after that one, we had the tag team match of the Young Bucks and the Lucha Bros. And then the final match was Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho for the title, the first ever title. And that was just, oh boy. Was it for the title or was it just a grudge match? Honestly, don't remember. But yeah, it was just, man, something to see. At the end of that match, Moxley came out and destroyed Kenny Omega, which was like, a real big deal. All right, well, this one was a surprise one to kind of make up for missing out on Miss Brandy here. She does not deserve to be skipped. Good figure, great figure. Kind of some weird molding here, but I'm not going to hold that against him. For a first run, these three came, just these two came off the first series, right? And you can kind of see, I was mentioning the skin colorations. You can see the difference between first and second series. He's actually from series 2, Dustin that is. But you see that like weird coloring they got there? Yeah. Anyways, thanks for letting me correct my mistake, right? If you pick out any other mistakes I make, go ahead and point them out. You'll hurt my feelings deeply. I just noticed this. The paint is just nowhere near as good as it was on the actual Series 2 versus the Series 3. It's just literally just wiped on there as opposed to getting the decal there. The snake skin. Oh well. That's really all I got to say about these. I do not display Dustin. I do display these two together, not with that. But these two are my centerpiece. These are fantastic figures. Just such a great little 2-pack. Oh man, I'm losing the focus there. And I've obviously lost focus in my conversation, so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Thanks for joining me. Please join me in the future. Yes? No? No? Yes, there it is. And I hope to see you guys again. All right, thanks, man. Bye for now. I need to get, like, a sign-off. Oh, this is terrible.